Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy, and welcome to a speed build of a house for a big blended family. Now, thank you so much to Kitten Girl for commenting on one of my previous videos and giving me the idea for this house. And if you guys don't know, well, actually, first of all, if you're new here, hello, my name is Stephanie, also known as Simarchy. I'm a mermaid obsessed with The Sims. I love seahorses, unicorns, rainbows, kittens, and the color pink. And I also stream full-time every day over on Twitch, Monday through Friday. If you want to come hang out and play The Sims and talk to me live, the link is in the description, but it's just twitch.tv/Simarchy. And my favorite thing to do in The Sims is build family homes, but I had taken a bit of a hiatus, like a little bit of a break to play Animal Crossing because I was starting to feel a bit uninspired and like I was building the same types of family homes over and over again. So now that I'm back and I'm re-inspired and re-motivated to play and been loving the new pack, The Sims 4 Snowy Escape, I have been asking you guys for ideas of what type of family homes you want to see. And I made sure to be super specific because usually when I ask what type of builds you want, everyone mentions like commercial builds or I don't know, things I don't normally do. And so I'm being super specific that I'm looking for homes for family ideas, different types of families, and I am writing down everything you guys submit. I don't know if I'll be able to get to every single one because y'all have been amazing with all the ideas, but I really liked this one again from Kitten Girl about a big blended family. So if you don't know what that is, it is basically when two families come together. So it's usually through marriage and they usually have kids from a previous marriage and then they become one big happy family. And so in this specific family, we do have two parents. We have the dad whose name is Heath and the mom whose name is Grace Lynn. And I did actually make the Sims. They're on the gallery separately. I don't know if you guys want to see the cast or like a brief overview of the Sims at the beginning of the video or not. I figured since it's a speed build, maybe we'll just show them in the screenshots. So definitely make sure to stick around for those if you want to see what the family looks like. But Heath, the dad, he's an insider, self-assured, and neat, and he's actually a college professor. And the mom, Gracelyn, is an art lover, self-assured, a foodie, and she loves to paint. Now, they actually met each other at a support group because they both lost their spouses in a tragic accident. I don't know if I'm gonna get super into the backstories, but one of them, Heath, lost his wife through a car accident, and Gracelyn lost her husband through sickness. He was sick and it was very unexpected. He passed away quickly, and so they both joined a support group with other parents who have lost their spouse to help support each other and just get parenting tips and just get through it. And they ended up falling in love and decided that once they were in love and they knew that they wanted to spend the rest of their lives together, they had their children meet, of course, and they wanted to make sure they were super serious before they did that because they didn't want, you know, their kids to be super confused by the entire situation. And luckily they all got along, and the children definitely, well, at least the older ones definitely understood that, you know, their previous parent is no longer here and that this coming together of the new family would be a good thing for everyone. They were excited to have new siblings, and so it was a nice, good start for them to basically just, you know, try to move on. Of course, you never forget a lost loved one, but it does get easier to get through your day as time goes on. So this was just a good solution for both families, considering how much Heath and Gracelyn fell in love with each other. Now, Heath already had two children, and so did Gracelyn. And the funny thing is, their children were both similar ages and had similar names. So it was kind of fate. They thought that they were brought together. So Heath has two children, Lila and Jace, and Gracelyn has two children, Lillian and Jaden. So you got Lila and Lillian and Jace and Jaden, which is super confusing. But Lila and Lillian are both teens. They're actually both kids. Lila's more of a loner and Lillian's more of a goofball. And then the teens are Jace and Jaden. Jace is an athlete and Jaden is a music lover. So you'll definitely see more of that as we get into the bedrooms. We'll definitely show the kids' personalities, and I'll tell you more about them when we do that. Now, they have been together for quite a while, and even though Heath and Gracelyn already each had two children, they of course wanted to have two children together as well. So they did end up getting pregnant with twins, and they're toddlers right now, Max and Mia. Max is a little bit fussy, but he's a sweetheart, and Mia is definitely a charmer. So that is the family. And then of course we're building their house. Obviously that's what we're doing here. Now, like I said, the kids did end up becoming best friends. So there's a lot of fun activities for them here at home, which we'll get into. Right now we're still just working on the exterior, and I kind of did like a mix between like gray and dark blue for it. I definitely tend to use a lot of the same colors, but I also feel like a lot of the outdoor wallpaper we have is super limited, and I know I can like venture out of that outdoor wall category, but for whatever reason I just tend to use very similar ones, and I really like the stone pattern, so I thought by mixing those in I could just do, you know, even if it's just a bit of a darker blue than I normally use, I wanted to try something a little bit different. And I definitely put a lot of windows and flowers, and the house was still looking pretty empty, but I already thought it had a sufficient amount of windows. So to make up for that, I am going through and just adding plants and greenery, and of course we're going to do some wonderful landscaping. I had this little like pop up here on the porch, so I thought that'd be a perfect place to put a few plants, and of course they would be fairly easy to get to water them. And I used the tiny little succulent plants sized up from the Tiny Living, what's that pack called? I don't know. Those are the big plants by the doors. I upsized them to make them bigger. And now we're just placing a bunch of bushes and flowers. And again, I wanted to keep the colors very blue, gray, white, just so it all kind of was in the same family. The same tone of colors, so it all just, I don't know, it goes together. It makes it look like it is a cohesive home, and that they really thought about the landscaping. And then we have some really pretty trees. I'm using the one from the cats and dogs pack, which I love. I tend to use those a lot, as well as one of the base game ones, and adding in a bit of fencing. Now I didn't want to do fencing around the entire property because it tends to, like, you know, close in a house, so instead I just made these little corner fences, which I thought were adorable. And of course we're adding a pond. Now we don't specifically have a pond tool. I know a lot of people have been asking me how I make my ponds, so I will be doing a separate tutorial for those. And if you're into building and into tutorials, make sure you check out my description. Every video has 2 links to my tutorial playlist. The first one is for beginners. It teaches you all the basic stuff, the camera controls, the buttons you hit on your mouse and keyboard, the user interface. I go through basic things of how to build a house, how to make non-boring rectangular and, you know, square shapes. I teach you how to make basements and attics and pretty much anything you could possibly think of. And then I have a more advanced series which goes into more detailed stuff, like how to make open doors, open windows, open counters, how to do split leveling and lofts and all sorts of things. And of course I have a ton more coming, so make sure if you have tutorial ideas, you drop those in the comments below as well for me. Again, I'm writing everything down and I will get to it. I've been doing daily Sims videos on this channel for the past couple weeks because I've been trying to get my channel going again. Again, I took a little bit of a break to play Animal Crossing, and I was still posting YouTube videos, but they weren't necessarily Sims and they weren't necessarily brand new content. A lot of it was recycled content from my Twitch streams. So I did go through and private a lot of those videos just to give the channel a more clean, cohesive look as we try to revamp it and rebuild it and get back into the Sims. So if you notice some videos are gone, that is why. I did leave 1 Animal Crossing or 2 Animal Crossing videos, I think, because they did really well. And they're just really cute memories. And I also rebuilt an Animal Crossing house in The Sims, which was Rosie. She's my favorite. She's a little blue kitty cat. So those are still up there. But for the most part, we're going to be doing Sims speed builds, challenges, and tutorials. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And now we're working on the backyard. So again, this is a big house with lots of kids. I wanted to make sure they had lots of outdoor activities. We have a slide. We have a swing. I definitely wanted to give them a pool, but we do have the toddlers, so I wanted to make sure it was super safe for them as well. So I did go ahead and fence that off and put a gate so that it's easy to lock if you need to. And this little trick with the pool, I'm using the wallpaper and the flooring from Spa Day, which makes it just light up and glow. And it's very subtle and kind of hard to see. A lot of people don't know this, but that wallpaper actually moves. Like if you put it on a wall and you hit fast forward, you'll see that it's a motion wallpaper. And so using that in the pool makes it just add even more depth and shininess and just color. And I don't know, I love adding those to the pools. And I made a big deck off of the pool as well so that we could have some lounge chairs. and barbecue grill and the umbrella. I never use that stinking umbrella. I always forget it exists. There's actually a couple different umbrellas in the game, so I figured that would be a perfect opportunity to use it, since I didn't want to necessarily put little tables in between all of the lounge chairs. And I added a ton of garbage cans. I did not forget the bin. Because the family is so big, I figured it would make sense in real life that they would have more than one garbage can. We definitely go through a decent amount of garbage, and it's just me and my dad, so I imagine a family of 8 definitely fills up one of those bins pretty easily. So we gave them some extras, and I put a flooring in the pool that's actually a carpet from City Living with the koi fish, and it just looks like tile. It looks really, really cute. I love the way that came out. I've actually done that in pools before. There's also a really cute mosaic rug that works out nicely, and right now we're just going through and putting the lighting, the archways, the doors, and sneak peek there, we do have a basement. I don't normally build with basements, but I wanted this house to look super realistic in the sense that it was 2 families coming together, so they couldn't necessarily get 7 bedrooms or however many they would need for all the kids. So a few of them share, and of course they had to expand down into the basement. It was a finished basement with a laundry room and a bathroom, so they went ahead and turned it into the teenage boys room. They share a room, and it's fine because they get along super well. They really don't mind sharing. And then of course our baby toddlers are gonna be sharing a room as well, our twin toddlers. And now we're working on the kitchen, which again, I really liked the color blue for this family. So even though not every single thing is blue, you will see a lot of blue themes throughout the household. And we have mismatched chairs in the dining room. And this is super important to know because since the family did come together and they already established, they obviously each had their own sets of furniture, their favorite things, stuff passed down through the generations that they didn't want to get rid of. So it was super hard to come together and try to decide what furniture they were going to use, where they were going to put it, were they going to bring full sets, were they going to each take a room. It was kind of a struggle to figure out, so they decided to just go full eclectic and kind of bring some of their favorite pieces and put them together. So not everything is going to match, but I feel like that's realistic. I mean, I certainly never have matching furniture. I only think one time in my life did I literally go to the furniture store and buy matching couch, sofa, coffee tables, decor that all went together. I'm just a mismatched person in general, and I've never really, besides that one time, put a lot of thought or effort into my furniture. Honestly, the house I live in now, everything was here when I moved in. I'm not even kidding. The couch, the table, the TV, like literally this place was furnished. All I did was move in my bed and my computer desk. And over time, I've gotten rid of some things. So we did get rid of the couch, which we never used, and it's now a crafting table. And I tell you, nothing matches. I mean, my chair is like a dark brown. My desk is like a light brown. All of my little side tables are black and white. My crafting desk is white. Our dining table is like a light beige with plaid on it. Like nothing in my house matches. I don't know. I mean, I guess a few things here and there match each other, but they're not sets. None of them all go together. And I really don't care. I don't mind. That's never bothered me. So this family obviously doesn't care either. Their couches aren't going to match. Their tables aren't going to match. Their side tables aren't going to match. So I wanted to make it look like one of the families had a more traditional style and one had a more modern style, and we kind of meshed them together here in this house, which again, I don't normally do in The Sims. Everything's always matchy-matchy. The browns have to be the same color exactly. The whites have to be the same color, or the pinks. I get like really frustrated when they don't match, but we never got a color wheel, so I have to just deal with it. I have to deal. And actually Animal Crossing helped me discover that it's okay to not have everything be super matchy and symmetric when I started doing a more natural organic island. So I've tried to bring that, thought frame of mind into The Sims so that everything doesn't have to be perfect match. And this house was a perfect opportunity to do so because it really made sense for the family. And right now we're working on the classroom. So this is super exciting. Obviously Heath, the dad, is a professor, and he wanted to homeschool all of the children because he believes that he can provide the best education for them. And since they are a big happy family, they already have, built-in classmates. Obviously the brothers and sisters all get along, and the older ones help teach the younger ones. So sometimes the teens teach the kids and the kids teach the toddlers. They all basically take care of each other. So we made them an at-home classroom, and to make sure that the kids still are very very social and active in their community. They're involved in a lot of after-school activities. For example, the 2 teen boys, let me get my notes here because it's hard to keep track of who is who with their names being so similar. But Jaden's a music lover. He is involved in band at school. And then Jace is an athlete. He is in baseball, and he also runs track. And then Lila and Lillian, they definitely have a lot of after school activities. They have a lot of friends, so they meet with them, they go to the park, they have dance class, they have all sorts of stuff that they do together. So they're not necessarily, at home by themselves with the family all the time. They have other friends and activities outside of the home to keep them nice and well-rounded. And that was super quick. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there is a giant framed photo in the hallway with the family portrait, and you will see that if you download this house, it will be locked to that family as long as you have the portrait. Now, that is an item that came a while ago. If you had downloaded the Sims 4 mobile game, or the Sims mobile game, I don't know if it's technically Sims 4, you were getting a special, I think it was like a link to download that item. I don't remember exactly where it came from, like how it came, but that's where it came from. And you can either lock it to the family's portrait or leave it so that the portrait changes with every new family that moves into the home. And it's no longer available. I believe you can still find it as custom content. I'm not sure what it's called or where you would find it, but that is how I got it. I know a lot of people are curious and they're always like, where the heck did that come from? So that explains that. And now we're working on the bedrooms, well, actually the bathroom upstairs. I believe, I'm looking at my floor plan here, I believe there is one bathroom on this entire floor. There is. So they all have to share this, including the parents. It gets a little bit hectic. So they do have another bathroom on the first floor that they can use, but this one's primarily for the toddlers because it has the potty and the bathtub that they can use to get clean, which, by the way, oh my gosh, I just found this out yesterday. You can actually now clean the toddlers in a sink, any sink. The animation's a little bit wonky. It just shows some bubbles and they change into a different outfit, I think, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, they don't actually put the baby in the sink, but you can now clean the toddlers that way. When I say baby, I mean toddlers. If I'm talking about an infant, I'll try to say newborn or infant, but to me, toddlers are still babies. So yeah, the toddlers, you can get them clean that way now, which is amazing. And I've got probably, if I remember, a tutorial for that. If you guys remind me in the comments here, I'll definitely write it down. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a tutorial on how to make a sink look like a baby bath. And again, the animation won't be perfect, but it works. Like, you'll be able to bathe your baby in a sink. Your infant, not your infant, your toddler. See, now I'm confusing myself. You'll be able to bathe your toddler in a sink. And I think that just came out with a new update. I'm not sure where the heck that came from, but I was super surprised and happy to see that. But what I usually do when I'm building a home is I'll kind of do the basic layout and floor plan first, and then I'll go through and add clutter. And I definitely realized at this point that even though we have the homeschool room, we don't have a lot of office space for the adults. So I just went through and put random laptops throughout the home, and the teen boys are going to end up getting a shared computer in their room as well. So there's plenty of computers if you're worried about that. And I'm pretty sure there is a TV in the living room. So we should have all of our major electronics. We gave the toddlers the tablets because those are super cute for them to play on. And I think I also found out, I didn't test this yet, but I think someone told me that the toddlers can use any tablet. I don't know if that's true or not, but either way, the toddler tablets, the Wabbit tablets, are super adorable. So I gave them their own in their room. And now we move down to the children's room. So this is Lila and Lillian. I don't know why I give them such similar names. And I can't remember which is which. I know Lila's the loner and Lillian's a goofball. I think, oh my gosh, I can't remember whose room is who. Let's just say that Lila's is this one with the blue bed, and both of the girls are a bit of tomboys. I definitely don't believe in gender stereotypes at all, but both of these girls definitely don't do what you would consider traditional girl activities, whatever the heck that would be, but they're both into sports. One of them has really short hair. She doesn't want long flowy hair. She definitely likes her short hair that's easier to keep up with, and they're into stuff like video games and science, and I love that because I love breaking gender stereotypes. So our two girls, Lila and Lillian, do not conform to any sort of stereotypes. They march to the beat of their own drum. And having their older brothers definitely helps them out with wanting to do more things that, again, would classically be defined for boys only, which I don't agree with. So the brothers definitely help them out with things like sports and science and getting them into cool music. So they really just get along. It's kind of rare for siblings to get along this well. But I think since they are a blended family and they didn't necessarily grow up together from babies, they're more like friends than, you know, siblings that fight because they've been together so long and they're just sick of each other. So they're still in that like friendship phase where everyone's just super nice to each other all the time. If they get to an argument, of course, you know, the older kids just kind of concede and try to make the younger kids happy. Maybe that'll change once they've lived together for a few years, but right now they are just really loving and really just take care of each other and help each other as much as they can. It's probably because they both lost a parent, or they all lost a parent, and they all know how hard it is to come together as a new family. So they just want to make things work. They want to make it easier on their parents, and they just want everything to be perfect. Now, this is the teen boys' rooms. And again, Jace is the one who, oh my gosh, flipping through my notes. Jace is the athlete, so he's going to have the right side of the room, and Jaden is the music lover, so he has the keyboards. And I also worked on a little laundry room for the entire family down here, as well as some storage. I wanted to look super realistic. Even even though the boys don't have like closets or dressers in the rooms, they have them right there in the hallway that they can use. And there's another bathroom for them here as well. So every floor has a bathroom. So sometimes they kind of have a overlap in schedule and they have to take turns and be super patient to get ready in the morning, but they do have 3 of them to choose from. For 8 people, that's still not enough, but it works. They make it work. So Jaden's side of the room, again, has like a lot of the music related stuff. He has his posters, and then Jace has more of the athletic equipment. He's got his treadmill and his little punching bag so he can train in his room. And he's also into bowling a little bit. He doesn't do that, you know, for school or anything, but he does like to bowl on the side. And they had that share computer there in the middle as well. Oh my gosh, we're in the screenshots already. I don't know how that happened. I was worried about this voiceover and how long it is compared to like the 10-15 minute videos that I normally do, but I'm glad we filled up the space and I could tell you so much about the family. So here's a shot of the backyard, and we'll get into some more details about the family as we go through these screenshots, and you can see all of their rooms and their personalities come to life. They'll actually be in these screenshots so you can see them using the wonderful house. So there's a beautiful shot into the kitchen, which I thought came out so cute and cozy, and the very eclectic dining room with that beautiful horse painting. The living room has a bunch of bookcases, so they could definitely grab a book and read in there, or take it directly across the hall into the classroom. And this is the classroom. There is the older brother helping out the younger siblings learn their studies. And then there's a shot of the hallway, which you can see through the mirror, the giant portrait with the family painting on it. Or the family portrait, it's actually a photograph. Here's a shot into the basement with the laundry room, which is super cluttered. They definitely use that for extra storage as well. And the teen boys' bathroom that they share downstairs. There is Jaden working on his keyboard, trying to write his next new song. And there is Jace's side of the room with the workout equipment. And then here are our 2 little babies, Max and Mia, playing dollhouse in their cute little bedroom. I squeezed a lot of toys in here for them, so they will never run out of activities to do. And we have an aquarium in the hallway. Since I didn't have an extra slot for a pet, I made sure to at least give them some fishies. And you could probably go through and give them some of the, if you have My First Pet stuff, you could probably give them like a little mouse or hamster or something so that they have more pets as well without taking up a family slot. And then here's a shot into the girls' bedrooms. Again, just wanted to give them some fun pops of color. She is definitely more into art, so I gave her a lot of little art prints around her room and the little kids activity table. And I just love the way it came out. I really like the family. Again, you could download both the house and the family on the gallery, hashtag Simarchy or user ID Simarchy123. Again, please don't forget to subscribe if you had fun and you want to come watch some more videos. And again, if you want to hang out live, come over and see me on Twitch, where I stream every day, Monday through Friday. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know which was your favorite room and what type of home you want to see next. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!